Thanks for checking out my video. If you want to learn more from me, I have a lot of classes on Udemy. You can find the links to a lot of those in the description.
So I wanted to make this video because I figured that an experience that I had recently and talking about it would help some people out with, difficulties with journeying and astral projection and different stuff like that. So if you've ever been in classes where, you're being led on a guided journey or something like that and you have a hard time with, getting into it and even with the visualization or even just being able to focus, then these tips might be really good for you. So, background stuff with this situation. I recently lost somebody, and it really, really, really sucks. Um, so that kind of has my energy a little bit off and a little bit wonky. I have no idea how I have the gusto to be making a couple of videos this morning because I did just upload one that's going up in you're going to see it in September, but right now it is July. And if you want earlier videos, because I put them up months ahead of time, then definitely consider joining the YouTube membership or the Patreon stuff. Lots of goodies with that jazz. But when it comes to being able to focus, when I was taking a class and there was a journey going on with some really, really good music and whatnot, which really helps. I have a whole class on astral projection if you want to dive into that stuff, by the way, down in the description through Udemy. But if you're having a hard time getting into it, if you feel like you're trying to build your astral projection skills or your meditation skills, your ability to journey and things like that, regardless of where you want to go, then these tips might be good for you. But so I had a hard time getting into it. And a lot of times when I do meditation, journeying, astral projection and stuff, I'm very good at seeing things because I trained my mind's eye for that when I was a kid, daydreaming on the bus, to and from school and whatnot because hey, I was a loner. But you got that prerequisite skill there. But sometimes it doesn't work. Just because you're good at something doesn't mean you can do it all the gosh darn time. So what I was doing when I was sitting there and I was closing my eyes and I was trying to get into it, and I realized my brain is too frickin' frazzled to go where it's telling me to go. This particular thing was on following different ancestor lines and kind of seeing what was there, going on the maternal line and the paternal line and seeing like what kind of energies and stuff were there that was affecting me today. And the funny thing is, I was trying to tap into that, setting the intention that I wanted to go there and wanted to experience it. But of course, my main modality is through visualization. This really helps people that have a hard time, like I was having, or people that can't visualize at all. And I've talked about this in other videos where you don't necessarily have to rely on the visualization part. If you think about people that like, it's kind of like if you're blindfolded you can still navigate around your house. Is it a little bit more difficult because we're so used to using our eyes? Yeah, it is. But you're in the dark and you're trying to navigate your way to the bathroom without turning the light on to wake your spouse up, then you'll kind of know what I mean. You got to go with other senses. So you'll start feeling around physically. Now, we can make sure you don't smash your shin into the end table, stuff like that. Um, Now we can't feel stuff around in the astral physically unless you get really, really high up with your skills and whatnot. So basically, we need to go off the feeling and we need to go off the vibe of what's going on. So we are leaving our physical bodies behind, so we need to rely more on the energetics. And the energetics of these different realms, because we are in the physical realm, but anytime you're talking astral projection or journeying and things like that, we're talking about feelings and thoughts and energetics. So to that point, when I was sitting there and I was meditating, trying to connect with my paternal line of ancestors, and my maternal line of ancestors, I relied on the feelings. So I was asking, you know, what kinds of feelings and negativity and even positivity were coming from my paternal lines and from my maternal lines. And thoughts and emotions started to come up. So, was I traveling somewhere? I would argue yes, but I wasn't using my eyes. I was more or less blindfolded. So, to that effect, I was setting the intention and then seeing what feelings came up and navigated the feelings. Once I felt a feeling of, addiction, for example, which comes from both sides of my family. Then I explored that, tell me more. What's going on there more? I focused on that more, and it started to open up, and it was like a dialogue. Because the two things that you can rely on if you can't see stuff is the emotions and then the linguistic. I don't want to say logical mind because that's up, work, home, TV, bed mind, and we don't want that when we are doing meditation journeys and stuff like that. That is way too mundane world. So, because if you're thinking like logical mind, you might think, this stuff ain't real. This don't make no sense. This ain't physical. I'm not seeing stuff. Because that's what I'm doing right now. I'm seeing, I'm seeing my couch. I'm seeing the Sharpie. I'm seeing the laptop screen. But when we're traveling, you open yourself up through meditation. The more you meditate, the better you get. That these thoughts and emotions and things will start to communicate things to you. So when I was connecting with the different lines of my family, and there was the addiction kind of stuff, I was getting messages about what kinds of addiction problems people had and what kinds of pains that they went through. And they came through first energetically and then emotionally, where I felt the vibe, and then I felt the emotion. And then kind of a sentence or a statement floated out of it where I got the thought of, this is what happened with my dad. This is what happened with my grandpa. This is what happened with my mom. This is what happened with my grandma, and both my grandparents on either side and whatnot. And the more that it's almost as if when you start to open yourself up to the energetics, that's at like one level, and the more that you tap into it, then your brain will kind of interpret it and download it in more of a linguistical way to kind of get thoughts. It's almost like you're going around a place blindfolded and you're searching around for stuff and you feel something, and it's a wall or whatever. And then you find the little plaque, and then there's the braille on it. And you're feeling the braille. And then your brain translates the braille from dots and bumps and feelings, in this case feeling with your fingers for this analogy, and then it becomes linguistic. And so when if you have trouble with visualization, if you're doing any kind of visualization, even if when it comes to visualizing your goal with this kind of stuff, focus on the emotions, focus on the feelings, focus on the message that you are either trying to get, or the message, in the case of like sigil magic and different things like that, the message you are trying to put out there to the universe. So if you're like visually stunted when it comes to astral travel, astral projection, journeying, meditation, you need to rely on the other kinds of modalities that you already have within you that are arguably easier. For emotions, particularly, different kinds of emotions, it can be kind of difficult if you're trying to work through something that you might have some emotional blockages on, like trauma or whatever. Maybe sadness or anger or whatever might be hard to tap into, but the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. So like for me, and like emotions such as sadness, regret, things like that, they are kind of really, really hard to tap into. But I've been getting better and better and better and better at them over time. That doesn't mean that they're as easy as happy emotions and stuff. Like I can do things and build up positive happy emotions for manifestation and positive spell work results and whatnot a heck of a lot easier than I can about tapping into my own regrets and past sadness garbage. But that doesn't mean it can't happen. It just takes a little bit more effort and a little bit more work. So depending on the goal and stuff of what these different meditations, journeys, or whatever that you're working with might be, they might be harder than others. That's why a regular practice when meditation and journeying and finding guided meditations, there's tons of them on YouTube and whatnot. I'm hoping to have me and my lady actually put up a good number of them eventually, either in our shamanic apprenticeship and even on the Patreon and other kinds of classes. That's a side note. That, those are really, really, really good practice. So if you can't, or if you have a hard time overall visualizing, or you find yourself stunted in the visualization department when you are trying to do journeys and whatnot, rely on the feelings. Think about being blindfolded. What kind of senses would you use, right? even though that analogy doesn't entirely make sense, because being blindfolded in the physical world is way different than being blindfolded in the astral places or in meditation, because you have access to much easier modalities for navigating stuff in the astral and meditational realms. It's like being in a submarine. You got to use some sonar. In this case, your sonar isn't sound. It's not your ears. It's navigating with your thoughts, with emptying your mind, with receiving messages, and with your emotions. So in everyday life, we let arguably our eyes lead, but in meditation and stuff, we can let our thoughts and our emotions lead. That's a good ending right there. Anyways, let me know if any part of this video helped you to gain some knowledge or some understanding. Let me know if this video helped you out anyway, or if you have any further questions. Drop a like on this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't, and check the link down in the description through my link tree about all of my different offerings, like the Patreon with my gate walking mentorship, the shamanic apprenticeship stuff, and even my classes and my books. Anyways, I will see you guys next time. Good hunting.